Hey, hey, hey! It's the Pacific Northwest Geek here. Echo Zero here. Cha, cha, meow cha. And I'm back with another review for June Monster Month. Rawr, rawr, rawr. And this time I am taking a look at a classic movie from 1990. There is something under the ground. A tremor. Better get on high ground, get on a nice big rock, because there'll be a graboid under the ground. And it's coming for you. Now, this movie is truly an awesome movie. If you don't know what I'm talking about yet, starring Fred Ward, Kevin Bacon, Tremors. This 1990 film tells of this small town called Perfection. Now, in Perfection, there are these two guys, Bert and Earl, played by Fred Ward and Kevin Bacon. Kind of the local, they can do this or that type guys, odd jobs around town. That's how they make their living. And whether it's taking out garbage or emptying septic tanks, which, when they empty that septic tank, ooh, that is kind of nasty. But anyways, things are going pretty good for them. Hell, Kevin Bacon's even eyeing this local college girl who's there for studying the seismographs or whatever for the area. She's saying she's seen some tremors. And there's a reason why. There's something under the ground that's going around killing people. They come across a guy who apparently was running from it, so he climbed up a tower of some kind, and was up there so long that he died. Some local, rancher type guy, they find he's dead, all his stuff is gone, all his whatever animal he was doing are dead, and when they find his hat and they pick his hat off the ground, there's his face, his dead face, looking up the sky with a terrified look on it. The doctor and his wife, they find them too. But they just want to get out of town to go start this new life. They come across some road workers, and they tell them, get out of town, there'll be a killer in town. Who don't take it serious. They get killed. And when Bert and Earl are coming back, something grabs the truck. The truck gets caught in something. They're unaware that they've hit one of the creatures and have pulled off part of the creature, only they don't know. When they go back to town, that's when they discover this. Now, these creatures aren't that big. Initially, don't look like big, because they only look about maybe that wide, so they don't think they're that big. Then they discover what they have seen is only part of the creature. The creature's quite big. We're talking jaws, bigger than jaws, big. Something they find out when one of the creatures chases them and the seismograph girl down, and they end up killing these things. So now they have to, there's more of these things in the area, and they got to figure out what they can do. During this time, we meet Heather and Bert Gummer. Bert! If you know anything about this series, you know that Bert is the franchise character. He's a gun-toting, loving character who believes in conspiracies and loves his firearms. When one of these creatures comes for him and his wife, it bursts through the wall of the basement, and they just shoot the shit out of this. It doesn't work at first until Bert breaks out the good old elephant gun. Hell of a thing to keep in your basement. An elephant gun. Big enough and strong enough to kill one of it. Big enough to kill one of these creatures. Who the owner of the local store ends up naming these creatures graboids. Then he gets 8. Now them and the town folk have to try to survive as these creatures, they're getting smarter. Causing them to flee and save Bert and Heather Eventually, though, they find how small these creatures are when they cause the vehicle they were using to end up going into a sinkhole, causing the survivors to take shelter on a rock, where they end up figuring out they can use some homemade dynamite that Bert has. Homemade TNT. Wow. No wonder we love Bert so much. Now, this movie was awesome. Enjoyed a lot. Really need to add it to my collection. A lot of these movies I've reviewed, I really need to add to my collection. And this is one I definitely need to add. And was the beginning of a franchise. We got, I'm not sure how many movies. With the second movie, Fred Ward's back, but Kevin Bacon's not. And then with the third movie, it focuses on Bert. Eventually, by I think the fifth, they made a prequel. Also, the creatures evolve. Now, if you go by the prequel one, they start off with what is called sand dragons. I guess an ancestor of the guy who named them graboids named them sand dragons. The small things can shoot the ground and kill you. And they grow into what is called the graboids. Then the graboids eventually will give birth to what is known as a shrieker. Where the graboids could go, and the sand dragons go on the ground, they listen to the vibrations and stuff on the ground. The graboids have this little thing in the head that opens up and senses heat, called shriekers, because when they see a thing, a little picks up heat, and that's how to shriek. That calls the other ones to come. And they'll attack anything that's hot. They attack cars when the engine gets hot. Anything that gets hot. And, of course, if they eat too much, then they spit out eggs, which then grow into more shriekers. And, of course, they eventually evolve into what is known as an ass blaster, which I think is like the niece or the daughter or granddaughter or something, calling that from the shop owners, because they basically give it a mix of booty juice and let it a flaming fart that allows them to fly, and they have like little like gliding things. Except for El Blanco, who is an albino graboid, for some reason, I guess I don't know how the hell albino thing goes. It can't, because I guess it's asexual, it can't basically turn into graboids. Not graboids, to shriekers. El Blanco would also become part of the TV series that would focus on other creatures, not just the graboids and the shriekers and the ass blasters. In the most recent installment, it almost appears like it's the end of it for now, because they appear to, spoiler, kill off Bert. But who knows? There was talk of another show that would focus on Kevin Bacon's character, but I guess it would kind of maybe bypass some of the other sequels or whatever. I'm not sure. But that never came to go. This is an awesome franchise. After a while, it does get kind of lame. The only thing that really makes some of the later later movies and the TV show is Bert, who is just a super cool character. Fun to love. He's a gun-toting conspiracy survivalist type guy who, I think he says that his wife left him because when the Berlin Wall went down, the marriage fell apart or something. This movie, if I can find it streaming, I would put it in the description and a trailer. It is worth checking out. It is a fun, super awesome movie if you haven't seen it. If you have seen it, please leave in the comments how you feel about the movie, if you enjoyed it or not. Do you have a particular favorite character from the series? I love Bert. Bert's awesome. He's super awesome. But anyways, I hope everybody so far is having a good June Monster Month. I gotta go edit this, and I gotta go turn these on because it's a wee bit hot. It's a wee bit hot. Even shaving the sides and the back of my head, it ain't a helping. Oof. Anyways, I am the Pacific Northwest Geek Echo Zero, and I will see you on the flip side. Toodaloo.